Hi everyone, and welcome to week 12 of Adventures in Groceryland. I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is a $21 per person budget. There are two of us, so our grand total cash budget is $42. We are moving into January, and we are going to do a low spend January. Our budget's pretty low anyways, but we're even going to lower it. We're going to lower it more. I'm going to focus on less cash that we're spending at stores and using more of the budget to transition more food from our existing pantry and freezer into usable items, and still trying to be aware of that $42 total. Now, why? There's got to be a why. Why am I going to do this? At the end of each week, I am going to put the cash that we haven't actually spent into a little jar, and we are going to save that. And my goal is Valentine's Day is coming in February, and I thought, just like how I saved and sourced the groceries for the seafood chowder for over the holidays, that I could save and then kind of have a big, exciting treat for us for Valentine's Day. So I've decided I want to do a charcuterie board. I don't know if I'm going to make the charcuterie board or if I'm going to save the money and with what I save buy a pre-made charcuterie board. I've never made one before, but I mean a fancy one. So there's going to be some challenge. The goal is that we need to save some each week. So Valentine's Day is going to be 6 weeks away. So we need to save a substantial amount each week so that I can choose whatever I want when it gets closer, whether I want to buy one or whether I want to buy all of the ingredients and make one myself. So take a look at the groceries that we were able to get this week. A minimal amount of them actually came from store. A more substantial amount came from my existing freezer and pantry. Once I started to go through it, there's a lot of stuff that I need to merge into our usable food. So that is going to be my focus moving forward. Thanks so much for watching. And I hope if you haven't watched any of the other videos that you do go back and you watch them. The goal was starting pretty much with zero and a very minimal budget for two people, what kind of a pantry and what kind of supplies we could build. And we did amazing. And we even had a lot of awesome treats over the holidays. So I suggest you go back and watch them and take a look at the groceries that we have this week merging in and plus new items. Doesn't look like much, does it? But this is everything for week 12. So let's start with what I actually spent cash money on. For anybody that's watched before, those risotto balls were such a surprise to me. I had picked up a pack for $1.94 out of the appetizer section at Superstore. And when we opened up the box, we were so surprised at how big they were. And then when we actually ate them for the first time, they were so delicious, so good that I went back to see if they had any more. And so I was able and fortunate enough to get two more boxes. That was a great deal. And I'm really excited to have those. We've been enjoying the other ones. We love tacos. Taco Tuesday sometimes gets a little creative because I don't always have taco shells. Walmart this week had buy 2 packs for $5, and you can see they're the 18 shells. So I have been looking for those on and off ever since I got the first package of 18, and I've only been able to find boxes that had 12. So I bit the bullet and decided to get 2 packages. I'm always going to love tacos, so it's never a bad investment for our family to have taco shells. So 2 for $5, that was at Walmart. We have been getting down to the nitty gritty, the very nitty gritty of salt. We ran out of I bought that very first week from, it was either Dollarama or Giant Tiger, a salt and pepper set. And we're done with the salt. We've been using salt from like little packages from McDonald's, any one that I could find or scrounge. So this was 67 cents, 0.67 at Walmart. It's coarse sea salt. I have several grinders here, so I'm hoping this is what I think it is. The other half then pointed out that there's this label right here that says canning and pickling. So I'm hoping though that when I put it in a grinder and grind it up, that it's just going to be like regular salt, because I already bought it. So fingers crossed for that. That was at Walmart as well. I love Kraft Dinner. I've not had it, not one time in the challenge. There's just so many other things that I can think of that I could allocate the price of a box of Kraft Dinner. But I like the real stuff. I've eaten before store brand. I just really prefer Kraft Dinner, and I really like the sharp cheddar. They were on sale this week at Foodland for $1 each, and I used fuel coupons. So I redeemed the fuel coupons, and those 2 boxes of Kraft Dinner were totally free. Also at Foodland, I have mentioned in the past how I do like to support local. There's a lot of local companies that I'm extremely fond of, and I feel that my dollars are much better spent in the local economy in that way. I absolutely love Farmer John's Summer Savory. Now, everybody in the world is going to know it is my secret ingredient in a huge variety of recipes that I make. So I use it a lot. I did buy some from the bulk barn when I needed some savory, and I was so surprised at how much it cost. Like, I thought it was going to be so much cheaper than buying the local brand, that I right away decided, like, no more am I going to buy that from the bulk barn. This little pack was 9 grams at Foodland, and it was $1.29. I could definitely get a better value if I bought a larger pack, but realistically, in the next little bit, I'm not going to use 9 grams of summer savory, so that was a good allocation of that dollar value for my budget. I also went to Dollarama. This was not the gravy that I was hoping to get. My favorite gravy from there is just a brown herb gravy. I do feel like I'm going to be using gravy moving forward, and I did want to have that. It was 67 cents. And then totally spur of the moment, again, you can have impulse buys. Still on a budget and have an impulse buy. I bought this cream of broccoli soup mix. It was $1.25. And it's funny, I did source the price after, like, what would have I paid for this if I bought it at Superstore? So the next time I was in Superstore, it was $2.29. So it was $1.25 at Dollarama. And I have it in my mind, or randomly got this bright idea that when I was in Dollarama, I saw it, and I have still one entire bag of broccoli florets left that I bought on Christmas Eve day, and they were 25 cents. I just thought, what a great way to get a couple lunches. $1.25 plus that actual real broccoli. I have a handheld blender that could blend that up really smooth. I've never made broccoli soup before in my life, so starting with a mix is probably a decent idea. Anyways, I'm going to use this as with those broccoli florets, and use this as a lunch coming up maybe near the end of the week or the beginning of next week. So that was my big idea. So in total, cash at the stores that I shopped at there, I spent $12.76 on all of those items. Now let's talk about what I'm going to merge from my existing pantry, and it's pretty much the freezer. I started really trying to organize the top drawer of the freezer, and there's just so many items in there that really need to get used up. I want to be realistic at the dollar values that I'm attaching to them. I found a pack of cheese curds, so you can see right on it that they were $5.99. I can't remember where I bought those, but $5.99, 50% off, so $2.99. This, I don't know if you can see the writing, it's enchilada sauce that I made at some point, obviously longer than 3 months ago, so that was in there. Some green onions that I've processed, another bag of veggies that I had processed. So this, and that, free. I'm not attaching a dollar value to it. This is so old, gosh, I don't even know if it's going to be any good. It is some cherries that I was given, I'm going to say, I don't even think it was in 2021. So we'll see about this. And then on the bottom, it's cut up rhubarb. So rhubarb and cherries. So I will try to salvage that and make something out of it. I'm also allocating that free. And then I found these packages of wonton wrappers. I don't even remember. No, this was probably back in the spring at some point. And again, I'm just merging those in at $0. Now this is where we're getting into a dollar value that I'm attaching. So you can see all the crystallization in here. These are 2 hamburgers that the other half made. I got a hamburger stuffer back in the summer, and so he tried his hand at stuffing hamburgers, and these are 2. I participated in a fundraiser. It was for a hockey team, and there was all kinds of different items that you could buy. Breakfast sausages, bulk were one of them. Fish burgers were another. I have no idea. This was probably last spring or the spring of 2021. So there's 4 fish burgers there. I don't know, this is just a package of breakfast sausages. And when I started going through the deep freeze downstairs, there's packages and packages of these. And I found 3 random chicken strips and a half of or a third of a bag of French fries. So I'm allocating $10 for all of that. So with the dollar values that I actually spent in cash and the dollar value that I'm allocating from what I'm merging in, which is $13.49. So all of the dollar value for this stuff here, $13.49. That means out of my $42 budget, I actually used $26.25. So that means from the 42, there is $15. This is going to be my money cup, my saving cup. $15.75. So each week that will grow with whatever I have saved each week. And then come Valentine's Day, I will have the money to splurge on my charcuterie board. Keep in mind that we do still have a few items that I didn't drag upstairs to show, like with what we had left over from last week. And one of them is the turkey. So we still have a turkey that the other half got as a gift, like a little Christmas bonus. So we still have that. That is downstairs in the deep freeze. These are my Epicure spices. So these are the ones that I've merged in already. The first time I did it, I merged in lemon pepper and red garlic. And then as a bonus item, the creamy ranch. And the second time I merged in CCB and 3 onions. CCB stands for cheese, chives, and bacon. And this week I am going to merge in 3 more, guacamole, teriyaki, and fajita. So those are now going to be available to us. And if you missed the meal video for week 11, everything in the fridge is now available to us. There were some condiments, no actual food except for 2 parsnips and a couple old turnips, but there was condiments that I would use in cooking. After some feedback from the other half, we have decided to just make everything that's in the fridge available to us at all times, just because it's easier. So we've been doing this for a while. We're moving into week 12, so this is the 3-month mark. And so now everything is available to us. I just wanted to thank everybody so much for your continued support and for following along, and to let everybody know that I absolutely love the comments. I read every single one of them. I love replying back. I particularly love hearing where you're from and where you're watching from, and if any of the ideas that I have shared have had an impact on how you're doing your grocery shopping. Keep in mind, any effort towards making a change in your life is a success. If you're spending $100 a week on groceries and now you're spending $90, you're not spending $10, and that's a huge success. If you are meal planning, and you are looking at the groceries that you have in your cupboard and making your meals from that, and then shopping to restock your cupboards from sale items that are in the flyers, you didn't do that before, that's a success. Every single thing that you do that is a little bit of a change is a true success. So thank you all so much for watching. And if you like these videos, I certainly hope you subscribe. Thanks so much.